All right, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
I thought you were good the whole time. Yeah.
You're
chill. You're an expert, remember?
Yeah, I am. Like,
are you comfy?
when the time comes.
He's got a bit soft-spoken now since we started. Sorry, look, Ryan's like, so what? So
making me nervous. I'm good. I'm good.
You're speaking soft.
Yeah, because we haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Well, this is us starting. You know that, right? Like this is our general.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is this in the? Nah.
We're gonna start from Ryan going. This is in. Okay, this is in, Ryan.
This is in?
Yeah, this is in.
Yeah. Well, they can enjoy it. Lather it up.
Welcome, guys, to the Sip on This podcast. I'm your host, Bianca.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Olivia.
Congratulations, Ryan, on getting your degree.
Thank you very much.
Very exciting.
It's been a couple of months now. The degree life, you know.
Besides a piece of paper, what has it given you?
This is the thing, right? Like, it's a degree or not a degree. And you can make arguments either way, but I think I'm definitely happy that I did it because you commit. It makes you commit to something. And if you make the decision not to degree, then are you going to push yourself to do it? Is there someone, you know, who you have to go to every week with a deadline or something to make sure you're actually getting better at what you're doing?
Yeah.
So
it's more of a commitment, and it shows that you can commit to something for a certain period of time and show up.
Like the thing about doing a degree, I did a Bachelor of Design Visual Communication, so design degree. So like anyone can learn to design.
Yeah.
Huss did TAFE as well, and he highly recommends that. I would highly recommend that as well because you learn a lot of skills.
Yeah.
This is specific to design, and we'll get into your marketing degree in a little bit. But yeah, the actual skills of design, anyone can go out and learn them themselves. With the YouTube era and self-teaching, anyone can do it. But would I have got the job here if I wasn't in university, having been doing a degree for those years? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something.
Do you think that it was allowing you to get this job by going to NAJ and saying, hey, I'm studying this degree in design. Can I have an internship?
I think that's a big part. If I came in here without being in a university course, doing a degree, and I just came in as a guy doing an internship, I think there would have been a lot less chance that he would have took me on.
Yeah.
As opposed to being in the degree. And another good thing about actually going to university, which, you know, people might not always think about, is there's people that you can ask questions who know the answers, the actual teachers. So yeah, you can do all the self-teaching. They push you towards assignments. You do all the work like yourself. You got to teach yourself a lot in university and just in general. But having that person to ask a question is probably something that people don't actually remember all the time, and it's pretty valuable.
When they're in self-taught, you mean like they don't have that opportunity to do that?
Like speaking up in university is something that I always did, and I saw a lot of people not do in classes. Raising your hand, just ask a question.
Yeah,
and I think that like lack of confidence to ask the teacher a question is something that maybe is a reason why there's a lot of people who have the other opinion of, no, I didn't really learn anything. Maybe they didn't ask enough questions with the opportunities they were presented.
Yeah, right. So you feel like maybe some of them didn't take the opportunity and get everything out of it that they should have or could have. Yeah,
100%. Even like one-on-one, like I'm always talking to teachers, learning new things, asking questions. And I think that interaction with the teacher is something that you can't get if you don't go to university. If you go to TAFE, I'm sure you can get similar stuff and you can learn skills, which would be valuable. I still recommend TAFE. But yeah,
so maybe. You more the teacher-student environment is what you think was really good for you.
The teacher-student connection, they're like super nice throughout my experience.
That's always good.
And having that thing that you have to do when you know that you're paying for something, you have to do it.
Yeah.
There's deadlines to hit. You know, once you commit for like a year or two, like you're in. Like,
there's no point backing out.
And employers see real value in seeing someone who can commit to something for a long period of time.
It's like a job, right?
Yeah.
If you've stayed longer at a job, employees will say that you're loyal and you can commit to something, and you're not just going to go job humping. You know what I mean? Like hopping around. So.
Yep. So I don't know what your experience of university was like. Similar?
You also have your degree, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have a degree in digital and social media communications. Yep. I'm kind of a differing opinion to you, where I think, like, I agree it shows a level of commitment that you know, paid a certain amount of money, you went for a certain amount of years, that you really are passionate about what you're doing. But in the same way, at least in our fields, like within marketing, that thing as a whole, I think that you can get to the top without a degree. I think that experience is more valuable than a degree in this field.
So were you working throughout your degree, like, or like towards
Not
the
in
end of it?
marketing.
Not in marketing?
No, like just part-time jobs.
Yeah.
When I finished my degree, that's when I got my first like full-time marketing gig. But I don't think I needed the degree. Like it's great and it's something that a lot of people didn't have. So if you are looking at two candidates, same experience, one person does, one person doesn't.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
it. But to be honest, I don't think I've needed it in any of the jobs that I've gotten. I've never been asked also for proof
Yeah.
that I even went. Like it's
Maybe
I
there
think
was
You
a
could have just written it down and
Yeah.
someone would
Yeah.
be like, yeah, whatever.
That I also wasn't asked for proof, so I could have just lied.
Yeah.
And where
Well,
would
we're
I be?
continuing it on
Maybe
now.
I'd still be here.
Yeah.
But in your particular circumstance, could you, like, how else would you have learned everything that you learned? Just like self-teaching? Is it like just something that like common knowledge type of thing?
100% self-teaching. So like I started a lot in paid ads. I kind of moved a little bit away from that at the moment, but they don't teach you that in the degree anyway.
there's
And
no
it changes so
hands-on-
often. No.
Okay.
But it changes all the time. They could teach you how to build ads in the Facebook dashboard. Awesome. Next month they're rolling out a new change. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
The only way you learn it is by doing it every day. So
Yeah.
I learned a lot on every job I've ever had is where I've grown my skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like because marketing is such a fast-paced environment, especially, I mean, you did social media within the marketing degree, that the stuff that they're teaching you is kind of a little bit outdated as well, and it's maybe not keeping up with the times? Because for me, I started to do a little diploma on the side just to, it's always good to have something on your resume. I know that people like to see that, but I looked at doing a diploma and I started it, but it was so outdated that my responses were not correct with what they were asking because it was just not fast paced enough to keep up with the trends and the times.
For sure. And I think the thing with a degree, or even if it is TAFE, everything has to be approved. It goes through so many different rounds that by the time it is approved, it's not relevant.
out of
And
date.
especially,
I
social
think
media changes
in
all
the
the time.
digital, like we work in the digital world, which is so rapidly like developing.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a big part into why we think, or our opinions on degrees are like that. Like the design industry, there's always new trends, there's always new updates to applications, and they like, I think the universities do like slack a little bit on how often they update their actual
and stuff,
curriculum.
yeah.
Like, when I was doing my university design degree, some of the video pods we were watching were many years old, and you could tell they were outdated.
Yeah.
But they just want to get the concepts and the groundwork into you. Like,
Yeah. Do you feel like it's, though, when you're sitting though in that, class or whatever, and you're watching that YouTube video of some guy standing in front of a whiteboard talking about something, and it's just like, this is kind of a waste of my time and my money that I'm investing into
There
this?
is often, yes,
Yeah.
that does happen. But like one thing that's valuable to one person might be valuable
course.
to another. So you can't say that as
Yeah.
a blanket rule.
Yeah.
Like especially in my particular design degree is very broad. So there's many different channels you can take. And there was a lot of things I essentially just didn't listen to because like I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like that's not the route I'm going to take.
Yeah.
But for a lot of other people, they were like, that's why there's different subjects within courses and you can
course.
pick them and But in your particular circumstance of your degree, I want to know a little bit more about when you started, like the environment. Like if you never had that experience with the degree in the environment of marketing, like would you have been able to learn what you did as quickly as what you did?
I think I would have, to be honest. Like it's really
She's so
bad.
anti-university.
No, I'm absolutely not. University is great. Like
Yeah.
I don't regret going. Like everything happens for a reason. Maybe I actually
What about your
wouldn't have
HEX
gotten
debt?
these
Does
jobs.
that make you regret it?
It's gone.
Oh,
It's been paid for.
amazing. Good job, Ryan.
I think the thing is,
Skip that one.
no, I'm going to actually keep going on it. Like, so when you do university, they call it like full-time or part-time.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of hours
Yeah.
in a week
Yeah.
where you're not working.
Yeah.
Right. And you're choosing to do university.
You do have to sacrifice a lot.
If you decide not to do university, then there's a good chance that a lot of people are going to take that opportunity to work.
Yeah.
And
you
push
get
university
3 years
to
experience on everyone else.
or push self-taught learning
Yeah.
to like after work hours and
Yeah.
maybe not do it as often. And
Yeah.
then like that's something that it's so easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will say, nah, don't degree, teach yourself. Yeah, but then you got to give the time to yourself.
And you don't have
to
someone
teach yourself.
drilling you.
You don't
going,
have
"This is
the
you."
pressure that's on you because you've already
Yeah.
probably got a part-time job.
Yeah.
So there's
Easy to slack.
It's so easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah.
And that's why like, even though I've, got the university debt, which is now rising by like 7% every year. And it's,
That's super fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Australia, New
problem
South
for
Wales
tomorrow's
government.
Ryan.
it's like super easy to like, crap on it. But like you got to kind of think in hindsight, would I be where I am if I didn't do it?
Yeah, of course. I think that, I mean, look, I went to university for about 2 weeks and then I was like, hell no.
So technically you went to university.
This is
That's
not
what I'm
fun
hearing.
for me, but I didn't do anything to do with marketing at the time because that's not what I wanted to do. But I went for 2 weeks and the stuff that they were teaching, the curriculum it was like I was a baby again learning this thing. Like so I went for music and performance for singing, and you had to audition, you had to get a certain ATAR, and you think it's so exclusive and you think it's so, oh my gosh, like, you know, I've gotten in, I had to put all this effort in, but they literally started from like kindergarten music. And I was there and I was like, this is going to cost me $70,000 in HECS debt. And for 2 years, I'm going to have to travel to Central.
70? Sorry?
70.
What?
70 grand. Yeah. So it was like I'm not going to out who it was, but it was a private college for
Good call.
music. And you had to, it was 70 grand for 2 years.
Yeah.
And if you, I know, isn't that crazy?
I
7
think
0
they know
0 0 0.
I think they know that
Four
if you get
zeros.
good, if you're good at music, then your ceiling's high and you're gonna be able to pay it off.
Yeah, maybe. But like that was not the case. No. But so I went and they give you like this little it's kind of like a trial time, whatever. I think it's like 30 days. It's like a census time or something like that. Census day. And I went for 2 weeks. I had to travel to Central every day and then walk from Central to the place because there was no public transport to the place, no parking on premises.
This is the thing about colleges who aren't universities.
Yeah. But this is a big place.
Oh, okay.
Like this is well known. Like they're going to know exactly who I'm talking about, but they have
walking distance from Central
places. Like, I mean, there's a lot of universities walking distance from Central.
Yeah, there's a fair few of these colleges around. I remember when I was just finishing, I was doing multimedia in high school, and one of my friends was doing, he wanted to get into gaming development.
Yeah, it's probably the same place. I think it's the same place.
I'm not sure. I didn't know about the music part. But there's colleges for that that are very expensive, and I think they're a bit more. Well, at least in his instance, they're a lot more lenient with the ATAR. So you pay a lot more to get into these colleges, but maybe it's different in your circumstances.
It sounds more the college that I was going to did gaming as well, so that's why I'm like, it's probably the same one. But
did you get early entry?
Yeah.
Yeah, through your great music performance in high school. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So, but you spend all this time, money, you know, it was I had to go 3 days a week. It was like for an hour, 3 days a week in the middle of Central. This was before the metro. Like it took me like 5 hours altogether in walking, transportation and buses to actually get there and back. But kindergarten music, like literally like, let's clap on the beat. And I was like, wow.
I think maybe that some of the reason behind that is, I'm not sure if you know what the minimum ATAR to get in there is, but maybe it's for people who maybe it's a bit lower.
Maybe.
So maybe those people need that. I know this sounds stupid. Why would you want to learn? You never.
Well, exactly. I think there wasn't enough transparency about what was actually going to happen. They made it out like it was super exclusive. You know, you got to get an ATAR, you got to audition. Like I had to audition, like full on, like 4 performances I had to do for this place to get in. And like you don't think that if you have to audition to somewhere that it's going to be like firsthand, let's clap on the beat music. So obviously I was really upset with it because I was so excited to go, and then I quit after 2 weeks before the census date because I was like, I can't waste my money on this.
I think maybe it's kind of related to design, my degree. There was a lot of design history that we had to learn, and I'm kind of sitting there like, this is stuff like ages ago, like it's not really relevant to like what we're doing anymore. But maybe there's underlying fundamentals that you might not see when you hear it, but they're actually there and they're actually subconscious.
Did you know any of that stuff though?
When I was doing it?
Yeah.
I think design is something, there's trends. So there's retro and shit.
Of course. So. Well, I knew all of the kindergarten music, so I was like, I'm not about to sit here for the next 6 months and clap my hands for someone.
They're probably subconsciously teaching you stuff, but I can see how you would have that opinion. Like,
I mean, for 70 grand wasn't worth it. Yeah. Like for me, but I was devastated because I was like, what am I going to do now? I felt like kind of a failure to quit. Like there's obviously a lot of pressure, and there wasn't any but from my parents, but society to go to university to get once you finish school.
I definitely felt that.
Go to uni. Like you got to go to uni. That's just it's the pathway to life, right? Uni 100%. Then the job. But so when I quit and I felt like a failure in a way because I was like, what the heck am I going to do?
I feel like that's changed over the last years. Like
definitely.
When I came out of high school like 5 years ago, I'm the first person in my family to go to university.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like a little bit of a goal to like want to do that,
Of
to want to be the
course.
first person, but I
Yeah.
also felt pressure from society in general, like, oh, go to university, like.
Yeah, it's just the way you're supposed
But
to
I
do
think that's
things,
actually kind of
apparently.
changed now. TAFE's gotten a lot better. Trade is looked upon as a much more desirable job for at least men.
Yeah. And people appreciate self-taught, I think, a lot more these days as well. And the idea, like, people are starting businesses earlier. People are
Yeah.
using that. Like I got this job. I didn't have any experience working at an agency at all, but I had my own business where I had done it. And yeah, I didn't make millions of dollars from it, like barely close to that.
Yeah.
But I had that experience, and Naj liked the fact that I had taken the initiative to make a business, start
Yeah,
a business,
nice.
and
Yeah.
It's the
do all
same
that
dedication.
stuff.
Like
Yeah,
you're talking about with a
Yeah.
degree.
correct.
Like in general, like with the current YouTube era, like, and being able to see other people, and like you live on like social media every day, being able to
Exactly.
see what people do, like the YouTube phenomenon, is that the right word for it? Probably.
Yeah.
Like, it has just changed the landscape of some professions. Like design skills, you can learn pretty much anything on YouTube. Like I started off doing YouTube like a couple years ago, doing gaming stuff, and those skills helped me develop my design skills. And just like YouTube, just it's really is where you
The
can
digital
sell to.
world,
Yeah,
it's just right there for you.
Yeah.
I think that's why people have that argument of
Yeah.
degree or not to degree, because maybe 10 years ago that was so like, no, degree, definitely degree. Like if we're ever going to say something, we're not going to tell you not to educate yourself,
But now
right?
there's just so much information
So
available
much.
for free. There's a lot of free information out there.
Yeah. Lots of free courses and diplomas. Like the one that I was doing was free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
free diploma. Like there's a lot of scholarships and like
TAFE as
government
well.
rebates as well.
Yeah.
Like look into stuff like that, because there's so many resources out there for
Mm.
you to get into. Say you have no idea about design or social media or paid ads,
Mm.
but you just want to get your foot in the door. Do a diploma, a free diploma. Do a free course.
Yeah,
Just do
yeah.
something. Go rock up to the nearest agency and see if they need an intern, or like you did, for
Yeah,
instance.
that's what I did.
It's so much easier to, and it's like an episode we had before with Emad about talking about, we'd love to see on social media you actually proving you can do things. Like you might be able to write on a resume, hey, yeah, I went to university and yeah, I know all about paid ads, but we don't know that. How do
Yeah.
we physically know that
Having
you
a
can
social
do that?
profile, like, yeah.
Correct. Like if you can show on YouTube, oh, I'm going to give you a demo on how to, set up a campaign for someone or something.
Yeah, that's how one of the guys here got a job.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that was a really beneficial thing for him to get the job here. And that's a great way there's so many different ways to get jobs these days. It doesn't have to be like you need to go to university and put it on your resume that you went
100%.
there. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I would say to degree or not to degree.
I'd
Depends.
say,
Digital marketing, I say you don't have to.
yeah, I say not to degree.
Okay.
Not for digital marketing.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying you don't have to.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I
welcome
think,
to.
well, our boss, like obviously we've got, like we haven't finished yet, but our boss has no degree and has built this whole kind of empire in a way, I guess,
Yeah.
in the digital marketing world. He taught himself how to code and build websites and stuff. And
Yeah.
he didn't go to university. He did go to TAFE though, but I don't know if it was for this. I can't really.
Sometimes getting thrown in the deep end with no knowledge
sure.
forces you to teach yourself.
Yeah.
And that maybe is the
I
moral
learn
of the
things
story.
every
Learn
single
more than
day
you would
in
in a
this job.
classroom.
Like I learn about your job. I learn about, like, I didn't know anything about Photoshop until I sat next to Ryan for a year,
Yeah.
and now I can use Photoshop and not super well yet, but
You're okay.
I'm better than what I used to be, right?
You don't ask me too often anymore.
I don't. He's proud of that one.
I am proud of it.
But I guess being around people who are willing to educate you and give you the information that you would learn in university, but in more of a chill cultural environment like this, I've learned so much. And I'm not sure about you guys, but
yeah,
I feel like
for
we're
sure.
learning every single day.
For sure.
Yeah. Let's go for a vote. No, no degree.
Oh, look, you can't just put a blanket degree or not degree on every
I'm
single
putting a blanket.
thing.
You
Fung's
don't
putting
have
his
to.
hand up. Fung, what's your opinion?
No degree.
No degree.
Okay, look, if you do no degree,
Are you getting peer pressured?
Maybe.
Oh, don't be peer pressured.
We started off with a pretty
peer-
strong yes, get a degree.
Okay, I'll just.
No,
Did
don't change your mind.
this
Just
turned
say
to a
what you
debate
think.
and we've convinced you.
I'll
Say
s-
what you think.
Nah, degree.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'll remain.
I say you don't need one. If you want to get one, great, but you don't need it to succeed in digital marketing.
Yeah, I think so. But obviously there is not departments, but like careers where you will definitely need a degree.
Oh, 100%.
If
I
you
don't
would
want to
like
see
be
no
a
brain
doctor,
surgeon without a
yeah.
degree. I don't want to see
Yeah.
no
Stick it
heart
on your
surgeon
wall.
without a degree. Like
Right.
Need
stick
proof.
to go to uni, please. Don't lie.
Digital jobs, it's open for debate.
Yeah.
And the
I mean, it's 3 against 1. So yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. If you guys want to see the next episode, make sure you follow us and subscribe, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.